to start us off?
Hey, Juwan. How would you say that the intensity from today was different from the intensity in the first matchup against Maryland?
I would say that both intensity, both games was high intensity from both teams. It's just that tonight, give Maryland credit defensively, primarily in the second half, when we scored. Shot 34%, 34% compared to the first half, we shot 50%. I think in the second half we relied too much on outside shooting instead of drive, attack the paint, and then also throwing it inside when Hunter, of course, has the man on his back.
Juwan, turnovers really hadn't been a problem for much of the year, but the last two games the numbers have been a little higher. Is any reason for that you can?
No, it was just not the turnovers that have been high. The game that you're speaking of, yes, that was high, but this game wasn't as high as compared to the last game. It was just the turnovers and how we turn the ball over, getting late in the shot clock, not communicating at the end of the shot clock, allowing the guy to know what's on the clock, how many seconds left. And we practice where guys, all five guys must know what the time of possession is left on the shot clock, and not get caught in a situation where we now have to cast up a shot or we try to make a pass at the end of the shot clock. And those are the mistakes that we made, but they also are correctable mistakes that I know that we will fix and get better with.
James?
Juwan, I guess 42 points in the paint. I think 18 of the field goals were on Livingston. I guess you feel like you were just like
Maryland was the most aggressive team, especially not just in the second half, but throughout the game. If you look at the amount of points that they scored in the paint, 42, like you just said, and then also 15 offensive rebounds. It's tough to win it on any level of play, whether you're in AAU or high school or college or the NBA. You allow a team to be able to beat you up like that in the paint and be the most aggressive team, then you're going to find yourself, like we were, fighting and clawing at the end. So, like I said earlier, we will go back home, take a look at it on film. We will fix it, and I trust we will be better on Sunday.
Hey, Juwan, from where we were sitting, that looked about as good and active as Terrence Williams had seen in some time. What did you see from him tonight?
Terrence has been great for us all season long.
Hey, Coach. Just what was Maryland doing defensively, in particular in the second half, that kind of got you guys off rhythm?
Well, they were doing the same thing they were doing in the first half. They would press, and then we did a really good job of handling the press. But then they would go back in their zone. At times, they will also throw a man at you. Just so happened, just in the second half, we became a little bit more stagnant, and we didn't attack the zone like how we did in the first half. But not taking none, discrediting the coaching staff as far as the game plan. But there are some things that we did that we hurt ourselves, and we, of course, like I said earlier, we'll fix it. I trust we will.
Yeah, Juwan, Jet picked up those 2 quick fouls. I know a lot of times you have sort of the auto sit policy. Why'd you go sort of the other way today? Did you feel
I trusted that he would pick up his third foul, and fortunate enough, it worked. Not saying it always will, but it worked, and he made some really good shots, tough shots for us. There was times where we struggled to score. It was nice to see that he still was aggressive, made some good plays for us. He also was smart enough to know too that having 2 fouls, that he couldn't get his third foul. So that's a sign of growth from a young freshman that he can learn from. But the most important thing is we can't have him foul trouble, because we need his, not only just his offensive play, but also what he does out there on the defensive end too.
Rebounding is something you guys have worked on a lot and had a lot of growth on, and in the first half that was something that Maryland was kind of doing a little bit better. What adjustments did you guys make at halftime to get back to what you've shown earlier this season?
Well, we talked about it as a staff, and we shared with our guys as far as the accountability part that we cannot continue to allow those easy run-ins for offensive putbacks or allowing them to get second chance opportunities. And I talked about it earlier, you know, those drives to the basket, if the shot was missed, you know, you saw Maryland, you know, more, you know, white jerseys than, you know, we saw from our side of blue jerseys being able to, you know, to limit them to one shots. And 15 offensive rebounds, that right there versus a good team, you know, it's just tough to give a team 15 extra possessions and expect to win ball games.
Does anybody have anything else? Thank you, Coach.